What's up everyone, No BS here. Previously, I made a video talking about why Bluetooth headphones and earbuds aren't necessarily the best option for most people. And while I still agree with pretty much everything I said in that video, things like low sound quality for the money, poor durability, lack of ability to repair them, annoyance when connecting to multiple devices, the fact of the matter is most people still want to use Bluetooth for their daily life. And now there's a way that you can have your cake and eat it too, by building your own earbuds. I know that a lot of people might think that this sounds really complicated and technical, but in reality, it only requires you to buy two parts that are compatible with each other. And basically, you just need to figure out which features you want from each of these devices so you can have your own custom set. And the best part is that you can do this for as little as about $50. Real quick, I want to clear something up before we move forward. Most people call these earbuds, myself included, but technically they are considered in-ear monitors or IEMs. This is a pedantic difference to most people, like me. Technically, earbuds rest outside of your ear canal, like these, whereas any earphone that enters your ear canal is considered an IEM. For the purposes of this video, I'll be using the term IEM to refer to the style of earphones commonly used by audiophiles and musicians. They typically feature things like a more form-fitting design and a detachable cable. With that out of the way, we're going to be combining an IEM with a Bluetooth adapter to make our own Bluetooth IEMs. Now there's three main ways that we can do this. The first style that we're going to talk about is a portable Bluetooth DAC amp. Now this is just a dummy, just a stand-in, but basically the way that it works is that you'd wear your earbuds or IEMs like normal, and then you'd pop this in your pocket, and then you can have your phone wherever you want. This could be nice if you tend to wear a jacket and have a pocket that's up here, short pocket, something like that. These will tend to have the best sound quality, the longest battery life, and the greatest compatibility because it literally just connects into the headphone jack. Next up, there are ear hook adapters, which look a little something like this. And these will just hook around your ear like popular true wireless earbuds and allow you to have a fully wireless experience with a charging case. And lastly, there is a neckband style, which looks a little something like this. This just means that you have kind of a necklace that goes around your neck and holds your earbuds for you, and then whenever you want to use them, you can just reach them up and pop them into your ears. The portable Bluetooth DAC/amp will have the best sound quality, the longest battery life, and the greatest compatibility, since you're literally just plugging wired headphones directly into the adapter. The downside is that you still have to deal with a cable. Bluetooth ear hooks are going to be the most similar to the popular true wireless style earbuds, where you can just take them out and pop them directly in your ears and not worry at all about any sort of wires. They also obviously have the smallest size, and they're really nice if you just want something that you can throw in your ears and forget about them. The neckband style adapters offer a good balance between the other two options. They have better battery life than ear hook adapters for a given charge, and they're also pretty comfortable if you just want to have your earbuds at the ready at all times. It's the kind of thing where if maybe you're working from home and you want to be able to just hop into Zoom calls really easily, it's a great option to have rather than having to take your earbuds out of the case every single time. Now, which one you should go for is entirely up to you. It's totally based off of what you plan to use them for and what your lifestyle looks like. I will say that the portable DAC/amp option will tend to be the most expensive. I think the cheapest ones I've seen are between maybe $60 or $80, while you can get a neckband or ear hook style adapter for easily under $40. Now, full disclosure, I don't have a lot of experience with all these devices, but I know that some of the popular options are the FIO BTR5 for a Bluetooth DAC/amp, which goes for about $80 in the US. For a neckband style adapter, you can look at the Belon H2, which is currently going for $28 on Amazon. And for an earhook style adapter, I actually purchased the KZ AZ09, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. And that one goes for about $25 most of the time. Now, regardless of which of these options you go for, I strongly recommend that you spend more money on the actual IEMs that you're buying rather than the Bluetooth adapter itself. For some complicated reasons that I'm not going to get into, the adapter will have some impact on the sound quality, but not nearly as much as the actual IEMs that you're going to be shoving into your ear holes. The other thing I'll say in terms of your Bluetooth adapter is you want to make sure that you're getting the features that you want when you purchase this adapter. Things like play pause controls, volume controls that you might want to have at the ready, and most importantly is compatibility with the IEMs that you have. There are two main styles that IEMs will have, and those are either 2-pin or MMCX connectors. These are not compatible at all, but it should be pretty obvious which ones you buy. My best piece of advice is to pick out the IEMs that you want to buy first, and then after that's done, then go ahead and pick a compatible Bluetooth adapter. With that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about IEMs. Now, there are literally thousands of options to choose from here. It would be impossible for me to try and round up the best options to the price point, and even in terms of reviewing these, I just don't have the capacity to go through every new release that comes out. I'm planning a few new ones in the future though, so make sure you hit subscribe. A couple of standouts that I can talk about are, for $20, the Salnotes 7Hz Zero. These are something that a lot of people have been talking about, and I actually picked them up for this video because I wanted to try them out myself. For $50, you can look at either the Tin T2 Plus, which I've previously reviewed in another video, or the Truth Ear Zero. If you're willing to spend a little bit more, for $80, the Moondrop Aria are one of the go-to options for under $100. I don't personally have experience with these, but enough YouTubers that I respect and follow have recommended them that I'm comfortable saying that they're a pretty solid option for that price point. My biggest advice to you is either to take one of these recommendations or find another YouTuber like Critical, who specifically does IEM content, and find something from them that you like. Although Critical actually tuned the 7Hz Zero that I've recommended here as well. Like I previously mentioned, I picked up the KZ-AZ09 Bluetooth adapter, and this is what they look like. Now let's talk about them a little bit. I'm sure a lot of you are curious about the actual process of building your own Bluetooth earbuds, and honestly the process is kind of insultingly easy, so I'll just show you with one side. When you get your IEMs in the box, they'll kind of be separated like this already. You'll have a cable here which you can use as well, that's just included free. You also get some other ear tips on the bottom. But you're just going to pop one of these guys out, and as long as you have the correct Bluetooth adapter, I'm just going to take, this is the left earbud. You see this one has a little label on it right here, it says left, and then I have the left ear hook, just like that. So for these, the buttons go on the opposite side of the ear tip. So you have a button here and ear tip there, and that's literally it. I honestly think that the style of case I've gotten here is probably going to be the most popular, so I'll just compare this a little bit so you have an idea in terms of size. The case itself is kind of big. Here's it in comparison to the Sony WF-1000XM3s. You can see it's a little bit bigger. In terms of thickness, it is a little bit thicker. This isn't really something that you'd want to carry around in your pocket all the time, but they do claim about 6 hours of battery life while they're out of the case, and then you also get 8 recharges with the 800 milliamp hour battery, so these will last you a while and you won't have to be using the case a whole lot. I do plan on doing a more in-depth review of this adapter in another video, but for this one I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about the process of putting these together. A lot of audiophiles kind of shy away from Bluetooth because there tends to be a noticeable difference in audio quality. It just doesn't tend to sound as good. I tend to notice it a lot in terms of the higher frequencies. Things like cymbal hits, and even just the way that vocals might decay in a large room, the way they kind of reverberate outward, things like that. I really notice that that's kind of like muted and a lot less immersive when I'm listening to it on Bluetooth earbuds. These did experience some of that, but not nearly to the degree that I would expect. I think part of what I've heard with some other Bluetooth options are just that the headphones or earbuds themselves aren't that great a quality. They tend to have more of a low-end bass focus, which Bluetooth is kind of fine for, but then for the higher end of the spectrum, the treble area tends to be a little bit more of what I hear suffers with Bluetooth. Now, I know it might sound kind of ridiculous, but the audio quality that these have is actually a lot closer to something like the WF-1000XM3s. These go for, I believe, about $250. This was $50. That's how much audio quality you can get for this price if you want something that is more of an unconventional style. The last thing I want to bring up, and some people might be thinking about this while I'm comparing these to the 1000XM3s, is that building your own earbuds are not going to have noise canceling. I know for a lot of people this is a really big feature that they look for. Honestly, I only find noise canceling in earbuds to be really nice to have if I'm on something like an airplane or in a really loud public environment. IEMs are actually used by musicians when they're performing on stage. This helps not only protect their ears from the loud sound, but also to hear the rest of the band to make sure that they're in sync. If you're playing music at a normal listening volume with IEMs and they're fitting properly in your ears, you shouldn't really be able to hear much outside of the music. I'm planning on more of a full review for the KZ AZ09 and for the Salnotes 7Hz Zero, so make sure that you subscribe to see those. I've got some more audio content in the works. Thank you so much for watching. I'm NoBS, and I will see you soon.